My name's Elior Shiloh. I grew up in Weehawken, New Jersey. It's a small town located in Hudson County, New Jersey. Looking back at my early childhood education and middle school education, high school, I was very fortunate. It's fair to say that my family sacrificed a lot to send my brother and I to Jewish schools. We probably could have had a few nice homes in Florida if we didn't use the money for that. But it was really an investment in me. After undergraduate, I didn't know yet what I was going to do, like many people. I had a few different odd jobs, and there was a time where I worked in sales. I worked at a pickle company in Patterson. It was kind of one of my first real jobs, 5 days a week, responsibilities, duties, meeting with people, shaking hands, selling a product that was a great product to sell. Who doesn't like a pickle? At a certain point, I realized that I wanted to go on to some type of graduate program. I don't know whether it would have been business school or law school. Definitely wasn't going to be med school. But I settled on law school. I studied for that. Ended up getting into the school of my first choice school. I was really happy about that. Got into Cardozo. After Cardozo, I clerked for a judge and then went into private practice, working at a San Francisco-based firm that had just opened up an office on the East Coast. I've now been a partner at the current firm that I'm at, Lewis Brisbois, for a little over 10 years. When I found out that there was a Chabad young professional being organized and formed in the greater Hudson County area, specifically Hoboken and Jersey City, I got excited because I felt that it was desperately needed. It was almost like the Chabad young professional needed to be established because the Jews in this community weren't necessarily looking for it, but rather they needed to be found. Because I think a lot of the Jews who were living in this community didn't necessarily have a Jewish community that they regularly associated themselves with. It must have been either Rosh Hashanah or Sukkot. That was the first time I met Rabbi Shmuley Levitin and his wife Esther Levitin. I think at the time they just had one baby, and we met, and they told me that they were, heading up the Chabad Young Professional. They were the shluchim, and I said to them, "Whatever you need, let me know. I know this town. Let me help you out." At the time, I was living in a one-bedroom. I said, "If you ever need my one-bedroom for anything, it's just a one-bedroom. The living room is all yours." When I started seeing how events were going from 20 to 30 to 50 to 100, that's when I really realized that we had something special going here in town. As the community of young adults grew, so did the community of donors. When I first got involved, I knew it was important to give because I knew the investment was something that was not just a safe investment, but an investment that actually had a return. I saw the return. When I got involved and I assisted here and there with a donation, I would see 10 people involved, and then I would see 20 people involved, and 30. You don't see investments like that on any stock that you buy. It really was something beautiful. And also just attending the different activities and hearing from people telling me that this is the first time that they're lighting Hanukkah candles, or that this is the first time that they've ever attended a Shabbat dinner. For me, that was the return that I needed at the end of the day for being involved. Growing up, the concept of giving back wasn't foreign to me. I grew up in a home where, if you see a penny on the floor, you pick up a penny, and you take that penny and you put it in the pushka. You put it in the charity box. The concept of charity and giving back, tzedakah, was something that was ingrained in us as a very young age. What we realized very early on was the challenge of hosting events for more people to be involved in. There's only so many people that can fit in a room. There's only so many people that can fit into a one-bedroom apartment. There's only so many spots in Hoboken that can host events. And very quickly, it was obvious that we needed a center. We needed a home base. A home base not just to hold events and Shabbat dinners, but a home base that our community understands is permanent. It's something that enables people in the community to say, this is my community center. This is where I go to be with my colleagues. And I really have to commend the young adults in the community here, whether it was financial donations, whether it was relationships that they had for flooring, for sheetrock, for glass. People came together because they all wanted to go in the right direction. How we got there? That's min hashamayim. It happened. But the fact that we got here tells you all that you need to know. We have a permanent location. We have a location that hosts hundreds of people each week, thousands throughout the year, and enables them to identify as Jews, be around Jews, celebrate, and at the same time mourn when necessary. We have a Chabad house. We have a Chabad young professional house, and the sky's the limit. There are so many different activities, programming, events, meals, celebrations going on there. That's what it's all about. That's why it's here. It's for us.